Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I am Chandan. I am a researcher and a geoscientist based out of Bangalore. So today's video is about communication in importance of communication in PhD. So I'll talk about what are the various areas or what are the various functions or tasks that you need to perform where having a good communication skill helps you a lot while you are doing your PhD. So broadly, we can divide communication skills into two parts, right? First is oral communication and second is written communication. And when I'm talking about communication, I'm meaning communication in the English language. So because most of the technical communication that happens in India in PhD, it happens in English. So oral and written communication in English is extremely important, I would say, as far as PhD is concerned. So let us start with oral communication. Oral communication mostly, so first and foremost, PhD is a collaborative work, at least between you and your PhD supervisor. So communicating your thoughts and ideas, the work that you are doing, and your plan of action or plan of work, as well as understanding what your PhD supervisor expects from you, as well as like what are his or her preferences, is extremely important. So both way communication in that sense is extremely important. And many a times what happens is there are multiple collaborators along with your PhD supervisor who come into specific projects. Then it becomes a multi-stakeholder job. So it is extremely important that you communicate clearly and effectively with your PhD supervisor as well as your other collaborators. The second is internal presentations. So there are multiple internal presentations that happen as part of your PhD program. These are not optional. You have to do it. For example, the comprehensive exam, especially in IISc or Indian Institute of Science. I am suppose there are similar presentations or seminars that a PhD student is supposed to do as part of his or her PhD. So presenting in seminars is an extremely important task that you are supposed to do as a PhD student, discussing your research methodology, the research results, your conclusions, inferences, and how you wish to take it forward. So having good presentation skills includes having good oral skills and communication skills. So that is another important aspect. Also, there at least you would be required to present your research work as your PhD colloquium before your submission of your thesis, as well as during defense or thesis defense that happens after you submit and after your PhD thesis has gone through a review process. So there also communication plays an extremely important role, especially oral communication. And then there are optional external presentations, but mostly students are supposed to be participating in this, which constitutes of international as well as national conferences. So the institute, for example, the Indian Institute of Science provides various funding, as well as there are also external funding available to enable and encourage students to attend presentations, to share ideas and their research projects and results with other researchers across the world, and also get ideas and feedback, etc. And it's an excellent networking option if you are interested to go for a postdoc, etc. Conferences are excellent platforms to do networking, meet people, get ideas, make friends, etc. So there also communication skill plays a very important role. Also, from a fun perspective, you get to visit a multiple countries. For example, in my case, when I was doing my PhD, and as well as when I was doing my postdoc, I have visited Australia, I have visited Europe, as well as I have gone to US to attend conferences as well as in exchange programs. So it is, and it was a very good, not only a very good academic experience for me, but also a very personal, excellent personal experience for me. I like traveling, and I could see people from multiple cultural backgrounds, multiple mix with them, and interact with them and understand them, and then eat good food out there, go out, spend some time outside, visit some new places. That's an excellent option. So I feel that students should utilize this option as much as possible to improve also your communication skills. Let's then come to the written communication skill. Written communication skill is also extremely important. The one thing, if you are in a PhD, even if you do not want to continue in academia, still you will be expected to publish a couple of papers during your PhD in most of the disciplines. So in that case, having good written communication skills or writing skills helps you a lot, because you can write your papers well, you can write the thoughts and ideas, methodologies, results very well, and your professor doesn't has to go through it in much detail. And also, if your writing is good, you will go through a very good review process, and you will be able to publish in a very good and reputed scientific journal if your results are fine and good. So in that sense, writing skills are also extremely important in terms of writing papers. And secondly, which is like a compulsory thing, you have to write your PhD thesis, which is an extensive document. And to write that much, for people whom it is extremely difficult if you don't have good communication skills. So and that is like a 200-page document. You have to write it at the end of your PhD. So having or inculcating good writing skills is extremely important from that aspect as well. Other than this, there are other writing tasks that you can get. For example, writing reports. There are maybe projects running in your lab or in your department, and you may be given the task of writing the report of the projects. Also, you may be asked to write some or help writing proposal grants, grant proposals or research grant proposals by your research supervisor. So in that scenario also, writing skills helps you a lot. So as you can see, that communication skill is extremely important as far as PhD is concerned, and I think it is same for both social as well as natural sciences. More maybe in social sciences, a little less maybe in natural sciences, but it is extremely important, and it takes at least I would say 30 to 40% of your time during your PhD preparing presentations, writing reports, writing papers, writing your thesis. This at least takes 30 to 40% of your effort and time. So I would say to not neglect this aspect. When you are coming for a PhD, consider this aspect very, very extensively, that whether you will be able or are you committed to give so much. And if you are lagging in your communication skills, try as much as possible to improve the communication skills. There are multiple help available nowadays to help you improve your English, written and spoken English, as well as improving your writing and communication skills. You can take help from other students. You can take help from your research supervisor. But please do not neglect this aspect, because if you neglect, it will pile on and you will face a lot of trouble towards the end of your PhD when you are supposed to give your colloquium presentation your thesis presentation. You're supposed to write your PhD thesis. It may take as long as a year for you if you are not very effective in writing, and it may like be excruciatingly painful for you, and very nerve-wracking for you to make public presentations if you're not used to that. So I would urge anyone who is planning to enroll or have enrolled in PhD, please don't neglect communication. Try to practice it as much as possible. You may not do it very good at the first, but do not neglect it. Thank you very much. If you like my video, please like it. Please comment to let me know what other topics you want me to cover, and share the video with your friends if you liked it and it is to some use to you. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.